What's up, you guys? We're back again with another Total Gym Follow Along workout. This one is going to be shoulders and biceps. It's going to be 3 circuits, 2 exercises in each with about 10 to 15 repetitions, maybe up to 20 if you guys really wanted to for 3 sets, except for the very first circuit. I did do a warm-up set, so if you want to count that, the first circuit does kind of have 4 sets technically, and really little to no rest. I'm going to have that countdown again, but really that countdown is just signifying so you guys know when the set's about to finish and the next one's about ready to start. So there really are no rest periods in this workout. As always, if you guys like this content, you guys want to see more of it, please like and or subscribe. I'll put timestamps down below and links in the description box. And I'm actually also going to be using that Easy Curl bar that I got, the Easy Curl bar attachment that I recently did a review on my channel a few videos ago. So you don't need that, but you guys will see that. I will link that down below, but it's definitely not necessary. You're going to see in the countdown here, I'm putting on the inverted, the actual shoulder press attachments. Once these are kind of put in, I'm going to be jumping right into it as this countdown wraps up. So jumping right into this one at a pretty low setting. I believe it says setting 7 on my Total Gym Fit. This kind of you can count this as a warm-up set. Like I said, this is technically the first of 4 sets if you want to count this, but you can count as a warm-up set on these first 2 exercises. But just a simple inverted press, kind of going at a slower cadence, slower range of motion than sometimes what I normally do. Go a little bit faster on this one. So just kind of take your time with this. I think I only get about 10 to 15 repetitions, and then once this wraps up, I'm basically going to be going back into a seated position into some bicep curls. And it kind of goes without saying, I'll kind of keep reminding you guys, this workout, it's only 20 minutes, but so you guys can definitely, pair this with something else. This could be a perfect standalone workout if you guys wanted to. You could even pair this with 3 workouts, really 3 20-minute workouts if you really wanted to, depending how you want to mix and match things, but everything's always in the playlists down below. So just doing an inverted curl sequence. Not too much to say about this. I don't say this that often about form. I mean, I should, but main thing with doing kind of curls, even tricep extensions, you really want to keep that elbow essentially kind of pinned at your side. That way it focuses on really keeping it a true single joint exercise where you're not the elbow's starting to move past your torso. It kind of means that you're starting to kind of cheat a little bit and you're starting moving your shoulders. So keep your shoulders kind of pinned, keep your elbows locked in place, and just focus on extending your elbow and then flexing the elbow as much as possible. So that's basically it. I'll always gonna leave in throughout this whole workout me just adjusting different settings if you really want to do exactly what I'm doing. I jumped up quite a bit there. That might have been a notch 9 or 8, but I pretty much in each set I go up at least 1, maybe 2. That's totally up to your discretion though, but definitely, as always, don't feel like you have to match exactly what I'm doing. The biggest thing is you're progressing and more or less just listening to your body. I think that's the biggest take-home message where we're doing this, and just using the machine. That's the most important thing. So that's pretty much the gist of this circuit. I think you guys get the idea. You might see me, it's either this sequence or the next sequence. I kind of will combine a couple different exercises into one with the bicep curl. I believe it's circuit 2, so not this one, but pretty much that's it for this circuit. I will check back with you guys at circuit 2. All right, we're finishing up circuit 1. We're going to be jumping into circuit 2. And what I'm going to be doing here is grabbing that easy bar curl attachment. If you guys didn't see that video, I can even link the video down below if you guys, if I remember to. Otherwise, it's about 2 videos ago I did a review on this easy bar curl attachment that's made for these Total Gyms or sliding benches. It's not an official Total Gym product, so keep that in mind. But basically, it's a fairly useful tool. I think since I bought it, I started using it. I said in the video, it's not a game break, it's not a game changer, but if you got some extra money to spend, you want to mix up some different attachments, I think it's not a bad piece of attachment to pick up. So I just attached that and just doing a strict frontal raise. And so if you don't have this, you just simply grab the handles and go into a frontal raise that way. What is kind of unique, if you got this handle, the easy bar handle, you'll see me, I think, throughout maybe this set or the next set in this circuit, I'll kind of grab different grips. Like I'll grab at an angle, I'll grab a little bit closer in that handle. So I kind of change up my grips a little bit. And you can see that I definitely lowered this down. It looks like setting 7 on the Total Gym Fit model. This was pretty hard. So I knew that I was going to be increasing the progression, and it kind of stinks because, well, I shouldn't say it stinks, but basically this exercise could handle a little bit more, but if you kind of match the actual inclines, the point is the frontal raise is harder and this one's a little bit easier. So what I did was I really kind of kept my tempo nice and slow for this one, because normally I go a little bit higher to start on this first set. But believe it or not, I don't know if you can't really tell unless you're actually doing it, but even though this felt easy, when I was kind of giving myself an extra squeeze at the top and really focused on the actual exercise, it was kind of deceiving, because the tension really kind of builds up fairly quickly. Even though after the first few reps, I'm like, this is maybe too light. But I'm only keeping the incline for the sake of this video. It should go without saying. If you guys can definitely, up, raise, and lower these things if you'd like. I like to kind of keep these circuits kind of consistent, where I just raise the incline with the start of each circuit, as I'm doing right here. So I raise it 1 notch, I think, on purpose, just for the sake of this frontal raise, because the frontal raise is pretty difficult. Otherwise, if I was just doing that preacher curl bicep exercise, I probably would have raised the incline a little bit higher. So still doable. I think I want to say I get 10 repetitions was what I was banking on each of these frontal raises, because I knew it was fairly difficult to really get these out with decent form. So I think 10 was the number I was shooting for. Looks like I'm on setting 8 on my Total Gym Fit. Once I kind of finish out this, I'll jump right into that preacher curl. Same thing, just focusing on nice slow tempo, making sure I'm keeping my elbows beyond the sled here. That just makes it a little more range of motion, feels a little more comfortable. It kind of also anchors you to the sled, so you're not sliding down the machine. And just like the last bicep exercise I commented on, really focusing on just isolating the elbows. I mean, elbows shouldn't really move really at all, but you're just really focusing, I should say, isolating the biceps, and that's something you kind of more have to feel than you can really see, because even this one, you can kind of cheat with like muscles in your forearms. Even though you're seems like you're isolating, you definitely can cheat this exercise. So really isolate and think about your biceps extending, and then having a nice squeeze throughout that range of motion. That's pretty much it for circuit 2. You'll see me kind of raise the incline a little bit more. I think I actually do get a little bit aggressive there, so I skip about 2 full pins, it looks like, maybe 2 and 3. So I know this last circuit of this exercise was pretty tough, but you can see it's doable, but I shot for 10 again. So that's it. I'll see you guys at the start of circuit 3. All right, we're starting circuit 3, and what I'm going to go ahead and do here is just taking off that easy bar curl attachment, And once this ticker goes down, we're going to start with some rear flies. Rear flies are excellent. I always say this over and over again. Rear flies are an excellent exercise to do for everybody. Just if you're sitting at a desk all day, these muscles in our back are generally just kind of weak. So great exercise to do. I've commented before in the Weider Ultimate Bodyworks, it was more difficult to kind of pull these off. If it was either the height of the sled or just the smoothness of the sled. My point is the total gyms feel really good doing these rear delt flies. I still have a lot of extra range of motion in play at the very back, because you'd want to get not just even with your shoulders, but a little bit kind of few more degrees, a little more range of motion, even past your shoulders would be ideal when you're doing these rear delt flies. You got to be mindful and watching out for that tower in your head, but for the most part, I think these feel really good even at this moderate setting. It's still kind of hard to do, so even though you can probably go lighter and get more reps, but again, I'm trying to keep the setting the same for each exercise. So I'm going right in now to these seated curls. And I don't know if I do it. I will do it in this set. I can see right here that I'm going to do a few reps here, maybe like 5 to 10, 8 to 10. And then I'm going to get up and just turn around. So this is kind of like 2 exercises in one here. And then just finish up with some extra repetitions here. So maybe for a total of 20 repetitions with both those bicep exercises. And I do that throughout this whole sequence, or this whole last final circuit. So that's pretty much it. After I finish this set, I'm going to go back, raise the incline a little bit. And just like the last circuit, you might have some problems with maybe you can handle more of an incline than you could for the rear flies. So you definitely could just mess with this as much as you want between sets. I just left it consistent. So I raised it up a notch and then just kept it the same setting for the rear delt flies. But it does get pretty hard to pull off some good quality just form and even get a little more reps in doing a rear delt fly with this high setting. I might even lower it, as I'm thinking out loud here. I think I might be this one or another one where I get a few reps in, and I think I actually do a drop set to get some more reps in. So totally up to you. You guys get the idea. Thanks again for watching. Any questions, comments, feedback? Again, if you guys like this video, please like and or subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Turn it up.